So let's take an example of this beautiful home. And per se, you want to buy it, but you're skeptical of paying $700,000 and you want to wait to see if the price will come down. Though I would advise against this, because as you wait for the home to come down in price, the rate may start going up. You still may not be saving what you're thinking you will. And if the rate goes down, that this property will either sell at $700,000 or may start receiving over asking offers. So let's take a look at these scenarios. First scenario, if you're waiting for the price to go down and the interest rate goes up while you're waiting to 8.5, your current mortgage is $53.40 at 7%. If it goes to 8.5, and even if the seller decreases his property to $650,000, your mortgage becomes $55.08. $55.08 minus $53.40, you're going to be losing $168 a month because you're going to be spending more on your mortgage because you waited for the price to come down. It came down at the same time the rate went up. Scenario number 2. Let's say you bought the home and the rates went down to 5%. You bought this home at $700,000 while the rate was still 7%, but the rates, after a couple of years of owning the home, went down to 5%. So, in order to get this better rate, you would have to refinance. Refinancing is not as scary as people make it sound. Don't think about resetting your mortgage back to 30 years because that's not the most important part of paying off your mortgage because things can happen within 30 years. You could upgrade, you could downgrade, you could sell and relocate. So at $700,000 and 7%, per se you lived at the property for 2 years, the principal is the most important thing about the mortgage because this is the money that is coming off of your mortgage balance and going into your pocket. It may not be liquid yet, but when you go to sell your home, each one of these principal payments is what decreased your mortgage and what brought you more money. So let's just take an example of you wanting to save money on your mortgage and get yourself a mortgage price that you most likely will not be able to obtain in the future. All right? Okay. So refinancing costs your standard closing cost. Your closing cost, if you paid $15,000 to close on this property, that's how much you're going to pay roughly to refinance this home into a better rate. Per se, you even roll this $15,000 into your new mortgage. Mortgage price $715, but the new rate, your new mortgage is going to be $46.84, which is a savings of $656 a month. As well as your principal right from the very first payment is going to be $170 more. So with a savings of $826 a month, it's going to take you roughly 18 months to break even on rolling in your closing costs, and then you could start saving every single month $816 a month, which is possibly the most important thing today. Also, I could tell you this, if by some miracle the rates go back down to 3%, the price of your house will be much more expensive because it'll be more affordable. And if you refinance into that 3% and decide on staying in your home, your mortgage is going to be the lowest you could ever imagine. And I can assure you that the people that bought homes when the rates were at 3% do not have this luxury today to do this. because you need about 2% difference on a mortgage rate in order to feel a good gain. And I have never seen a mortgage rate at 1%. So for a person to refi a 3% mortgage, it's going to be impossible and not much beneficial at all. So everybody that overpaid on over asking purchases and got stuck at a 3% rate are stuck with the price of that mortgage for the whole entire time being with that property until they decide to sell. Unlike you will have a very good chance of refinancing and saving a good amount of money every month. Hopefully you liked what I presented. If you have any questions, you could call me, text me, and I would be glad to go over your thoughts and to share some ideas and give you my opinions. It's an honor to share my knowledge and always a pleasure. Have an amazing day.